Hello, I'm Hayne. I'm one of the Springbox reviewers, and today we are going to review After Sun. This is a face balm rescue. I feel like I say this for every product review, but this is definitely one of my unexpected favorites and use cases for the Springbox. I also need a moment of sadness. I just joined right before this live the Oopsie Club. I put Blush Beauty Oil on as my first layer and knocked it over because my cell phone fell down, and yeah. All of it didn't spill. It was literally like maybe 3 droplets because I'm really good with my reflexes, especially when it comes to the things that really matter. So I caught it, and so I got most of it on my hands, but I was very upset. So, hi Peyton, hi Rachel, I'm so glad you joined us. So anyways, today is After Sun, after my moment of sadness. And I wanted to explain why I put Blush Beauty Oil on. Hi Marissa. So if you can tell, my face is a little reddish because even though I put on sunscreen today, Michigan has been bizarrely sunny this spring. Like, I can't tell you how surprised I am. And previously, for last year, I had like a 5-minute commute to work, which was amazing. But with the new position I took, it's about a 20-minute commute to work. So 20 minutes one way, so 40 minutes round trip, right? And now that Michigan's really sunny, I hadn't been putting on sunscreen because its SPF is included in my BB cream. But I didn't realize I was doing this 40 minutes in the sunlight in the morning and in the afternoon, and so I've gotten a bit sunburnt. Anyway, my reason for putting on Blush Beauty Oil is that I kind of want the After Sun to soak in to like everything with as little layers and irritation as possible. As you know, when you get a bit sunburnt, it definitely stings, and so I don't want to irritate it with any of the stronger active products. So for me, Blush Beauty Oil has been a wonderful little thin layer of moisturizer to use right before I do After Sun. So we're gonna put some After Sun on my face because the Blush Beauty Oil has absorbed pretty nicely as the first layer. So for the folks that are a little hesitant on its being too oily, just as a light moisturizer, it's nice. And Madeline, yes, sunburn in the winter is unexpected. It's like March, which is usually very snowy in Michigan and very cloudy, but like I said, it's been a very odd March. So I have my handy dandy little spatula, and I'm gonna scoop this much of After Sun out. I'm gonna use a lot more than I usually do because, like I said, even with sunscreen today, I can tell my cheeks are reddish, and so hi Dar. I just want to say, with folks that have more sensitive skin, and also because if you have sunburn and that's what you're using it for, it may tingle a little more than you're used to with the other products. Again, do spot test. So my mom and I tend to spot test on our neck like this because it's a relatively sensitive area, but you know, if there's a reaction, you can kind of treat it right away and it's not just like all up in your face. So I'm putting it on as I usually do. Thank you, Dar. She says my skin is amazing. Madeline asked, how much do I have left? I have about, I think about half, because I have been, which is a lot more than I thought I would use this spring. She says hers is almost nearly gone. So I'm going to put it on my chin. And again, the reason why I use Blush Beauty Oil is that if I use it just directly on my skin, it tends to tingle for me more. So I think I'm a little more sensitive to it. So I just put it on my chin, and don't forget your nose because your nose gets sunburnt. For After Sun, I don't really do my usual like grab all the crevices and the areas because it's really like your kind of troublesome spots that you've been sunburnt in. But this brow bone area definitely gets sunburnt. It's like more protruded from your face. So definitely do that. And your brows too, because yes, especially if you've forgotten to put on sunscreen on your eyebrows. Yes, you can definitely get sunburnt right there, especially for those of us that have darker hair. It just attracts all the sunlight. And Veronica says, I love your scarf. Swoon. Yes, I like it too. That's why I didn't change out of my work clothes. I'm still on bra. Hi, Quinn. So I'm gonna go back in and see if there's any spots that I've missed of sunburn, slight sunburn. So the sunburn isn't like flaky because I've had all this other good Sabbatical Beauty stuff on my face. But I know it's gonna get flaky, which is exactly why we wanna use After Sun. So just grabbing all the areas. Usually I don't feel like I get sunburned here, but just in case. I'm gonna grab all the areas and we're pretty set. With After Sun, you can use it just as a light moisturizer too during the day. So I would definitely recommend doing like a beauty oil and then the After Sun on top of it, especially for those of you that have sensitive skin. I also wanted to take a minute to talk about the tingliness. The tingliness of certain products at first really kind of scared me because usually with other products, when I feel that bit of tingle, some people call it sting, it means I'm gonna have a huge reaction on my face and I'm gonna start to get red welts everywhere. So I think the first one that I felt was actually, the first product I used that felt like it tingled was Holy Lotus. Oh, if you can see it, this is Holy Lotus. Was Holy Lotus, and I felt the tingling and I kind of panicked because I was like, oh my god, no, I spot tested, I'm having a reaction to all the actives. But it actually wasn't. So I want to say, you know, especially if you spot tested, you don't see any redness that's coming on your face. It's probably the actives kind of working their magic tingles. So I want to say it's pretty much the same for After Sun with me. I can feel it tingle, and my mom, if you remember my routine with her last week, she's still a little squeamish with the tingly feel because, again, we've had like a long history of very sensitive skin, K-beauty products that cause a reaction with that tingling feeling and the redness and unhappy skin. But really, it's just an initial sensation and not so much a reaction. So I'm seeing folks join us. Hello, Dana. Hello, Audrey. Kristen, thanks for quickly popping in. And Madeline said, tingling from lots of products because more actives in them. Yes. So I think that's really what's it. But it's like initially a little bit of a scary sensation, especially if you're used to other products that caused a very bad reaction with that tingling feel. So I feel like I've been conditioned to think that it's a bad thing when your skin feels like that. But now it's kind of like, as Kristen says, I kind of enjoy the feeling because I'm like, yes, it's working now. It's you know, working its way into my skin. So now I have After Sun on my face. The tingling has pretty much gone away. And After Sun is not sticky at all, at least for me. So I really enjoy putting it on, and with my initial spring box opening video, I just really like the way it smells. It's that gardenia-ness, and I wish the smell would last longer, like as a perfume, so I can just put it on and just, you know, feel like that. But there's my bit on the smell. So let's talk a little bit about what's in After Sun and what makes it really good as a face rescue balm after you've been sunburned. So it has my notes. Hello, I have my notes. My legal pad of notes. The main ingredient is aloe vera, which, as you know, is kind of, you can take an aloe vera leaf and just squeeze out the juices, and that's kind of your rudimentary treatment. Hello, Emily. Thank you. She's complimenting my scarf. I really like it a lot too, which is why I wore it for this video. Aloe vera is a really good natural sunburn treatment on its own. And then fermented sea kelp, which is in a really famous beauty product, initials LM, but they cost a whole lot more for whatever reason. So there's that. Really good for you. And interesting about the next ingredient is Centella asiatica. It's supposed to treat minor wounds. It's like a green leafy plant. Hi, Natalie. Anyway, so I was like looking up all this stuff about it, and it's in a really, really famous Korean ointment that we all just use for everything. It starts with an M, and there's commercials about it in Korea, and I never knew that the Centella asiatica was a main ingredient in it. Unfortunately for the Korean ointment, it also has steroids, which are not really good for multiple uses on your skin. So I'm really happy that I found out about this ingredient being an after sun, because like I said, it's a really famous ointment that everyone puts on, like little boo-boos and wounds in Korea and cuts and minor things. It's kind of the equivalent of, like, what is that ointment in the US called? Anyway, the name escapes me, but that antibiotic ointment that we put on in the States because it has antibiotics, it's kind of that equivalent in Korea. Just everyone uses it for small cuts and everything. So that's Centella asiatica, which was an exciting find for me as someone who likes reading up on new things and finding about old things. It's not icy hot. It's it's this like tiny little antibiotic ointment. Neosporin, yes, Neosporin, yes. So, you know, we in the States use Neosporin for everything, from like burns and so on and so forth. This ointment in Korea that starts with an M, that's basically the equivalent of it. We're not huge Neosporin users in Korea for some reason, so yes, go team for figuring out the words that Hayne can't come up with after a long day. So that's Centella asiatica as an ingredient. And then the next ingredient is calendula extract, which is anti-inflammatory, but you all know it as marigold. So it's part of the marigold/daisy family. It treats minor cuts, burns, and skin irritations. And again, things that soothe your skin is good. And then, if I'm reading this correctly, Adeline, there's also cucumber extract, which I want to let you know, in Korea, as one of the kind of hand-me-down sunburn treatments that we do, is if you're really badly sunburned, take really thin, like mandolin cut, you know, oh, the words are so difficult today. The kitchen tool that helps you slice into thin slices, we take the mandolin and we slice the cucumber very, very thinly, and then put it on the spots where you're sunburned. And as you know, sunburn is inflammation, basically. Your skin's just reacting to all the bad UV rays. It's really cool at the end of this like cucumber slice treatment on your face, because the cucumbers like dry up horribly because they've absorbed all the heat from the inflammation. So it's a treatment that we use, that I'm very used to for really bad sunburn. So it was nice to see it as an ingredient in After Sun, which is a balm for your face. So it's like all the good things, as usual, Adeline's put in, compacted into a tiny, tiny face balm rescue. So those are really all the ingredients, and I think I have my notes. I think I've gone through all the ingredient notes. Yes, I have. Yay! I got through everything, and I read all my terrible chicken scratch handwriting. So, yeah, cucumber is very good for that. So I think if I was really badly sunburned, my routine would be this homemade cucumber, it's literally just cucumber slices. You can use English cucumber, but I would use those like hothouse cucumbers, because the skin on them is a lot thinner than the regular English cucumbers, and the English cucumbers don't lay on your face very flat. So if you can find the tiny, small cucumbers, that's great, like the Asian cucumbers, but if you can't, the hothouse cucumbers. So I would do like a fake mask of that, just slices all over, lay down so you're horizontal and you're not, you know, making it fall off your face by sitting up. Take that off, and then I would use After Sun. So that would be my go-to for if you're very badly sunburned. But if you're like me and using it just for a bit of spring sun, which is, like I said, very unexpected for Michigan, I did a layer of Blush Beauty Oil and then layered on after sun. So Marissa says she keeps frozen cucumber slices in the freezer. Oh, that's a really good idea. Natalie says your hair looks super cute tonight. Thank you. I'm gonna read through the comments, so making sure I'm not missing anything. And Madeline says salad base, too bad you can't eat that. So it's funny when you have like fur pets, fur kids at home, because I've done this before where I just want my face to soothe, and so I'll just do the cucumber slice treatment, right? And this is pre-Sabbatical Beauty Days, so I haven't done this recently, but I'll put on the cucumber slices and lay on the couch, and I have a few pictures of my dog just like staring intensely at my face, like, can we go eat this now? Yes, now. Can I get that cucumber slice? Because it's falling off. And so if you do have pets, excuse me, make sure they're far away from your face and not trying to eat the cucumber slices off your face like mine. And they're like veggie loving dogs. So they're very much into cucumbers, and they're like, I don't understand why food is on your face. Like, can we just eat it like we normally do? So that's always funny. And like I said, I have a few pictures of my dogs just like staring intensely. Hi, can I get this cucumber now? Mommy, yes now? Mommy, yes? So there's that. Yeah, lots of folks like to eat cucumbers in the summer and put it on their face. So I highly recommend it. And then you can go ahead with the after sun on your face. But like I said, do spot test. It does feel a little tingly initially, which may be scary, especially if you're not used to tingly being good in a beauty product. So that's my bit of a tip for you in terms of that feeling. Do go with your gut if you're seeing the reddishness increase. If your face is feeling a little more throbby and heated, that's no good. It's probably not helping your sunburn, or you're reacting, so don't do that. But if it's initially tingly, I would say just for not even a full minute, it's just a few seconds in the beginning when you put it on because of the actives, then you're probably really good to go. So to recap, I've had a lot of spring sun in Michigan for some godforsaken reason this March, and I've had to use after sun very frequently, especially because I haven't done a great job with wearing sunscreen this spring, and it feels very nice right now. My face isn't like that throbby, unhappy, flaky, especially if you're oil cleansing. I noticed that today I was like scrubbing a little bit too hard, and I was like, oof, even with the sunscreen, I think I'm still a bit sunburnt after this past week of things. I see in the comment section we're back to food and cucumber salads, and yes, I love cucumber salads. We have, speaking of food ingredients, like a sea kelp and a cucumber salad and a very cold soup in Korea, so may as well be that in after sun. Don't eat after sun. Don't eat after sun. Do not eat it. No good. Make yourself some real cucumber salad. Eat that. Put this on your face. And it just feels so good. Katie asks, do you feel like you have to reapply after sun multiple times? It depends, I would say, on how badly you're sunburned. So like I said, I haven't been so badly sunburned. It's just been a little bit of like, almost like I've blushed on my face, but I realize it's because of the sun. I haven't felt the need to apply it, and it's not like flaky or anything. You may want to ask Kristen, because she is in a very much more sunny climate than Michigan, if she's applied very frequently, but for me it's just been just another layer at night to put on. I also want to mention, if you're feeling very, very sunburnt, and I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, I would not layer a lot of the other products. I call this my skin reset. If you feel like your skin needs a reset because of particular issues, then feel free to just tone everything down, cut back on your routine for that day, because you don't want to overwhelm your skin with all the other actives and have it get inflamed. Natalie says, oh, before we get to Natalie, Kristen says, I applied PM and AM at the beach. So twice, and I have another dog here, sorry. Twice a day, and that's kind of what I've been doing. I did that this morning, put After Sun on by Kristen, and now at night too. I did put more products on this morning, and I layered sunscreen on top of it, so it does layer well. To answer Natalie's question, does After Sun leave a film or is it more slick? It definitely doesn't leave a film. To compare it to other items, like Donkey Milk Gel Sleeping Pack is kind of the more stickier one. Same with Glow if you have it. Again, if you feel like some of the products are sticky, I highly recommend that you try an oil base, so Blush Beauty Oil. I know some folks have mentioned Camellia Gold, and it definitely doesn't dry like a dry film. So I would try that first, but certainly After Sun is more of a, it's got more of a lotiony consistency, if you can tell. And again, it just smells so good. Just in love with the smell of After Sun, and I want it in a perfume so badly, or like in like a squeeze tube so I can just put it on my hands all day like a hand lotion. But it's too precious. It must go on my face. So there's that. Do you guys have any other questions for me about After Sun and how to use it, what to layer on? I think I've grabbed about everything with all the fun tidbits for the day. So if you have any other questions, I will try to get to your comments after this live video. Otherwise, it's almost Friday, guys. I'm so excited. It's been a long week again. If you're watching on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe to the Sabbatical Beauty channel. Otherwise, I will see you all, oh boy, whenever my next routine video is. I know I have another one this week. So hopefully I'll see you all again. Thank you all for joining, and have an awesome end of week. I hope you do. Bye guys!